although it says to go to the part where it's just what happens after he sees the rich man's house, I can't just look at that part. I have to look at the part before that, so I know what happened before he saw the rich man's house, and I can now think about what's happening after he saw the rich man's house. So now I have, okay, before he saw the rich man's house, he was really happy with his job, right? And then after he saw the rich man's house, he was like, this work is like, it's too much. I don't really want to do it. If only I was this rich man, then I could, like, I'd be so very happy. So now I'm going to look at my answer choices, because I already have my answer in my head. I already have, like, afterwards, he's like, this work is too much. I wish I was just a rich man, and then I'd be happy. So I'm going to see which one of these answer choices matches what I already have in my head. It causes him to quit his job. Well, he's not quitting his job, right? Like, he's just wishing he could have all the things the rich man has. He doesn't continue working that day, but he's not quitting. And I know that because it's not like he does end up stopping, but, he does end up stopping down here, but it doesn't say, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. He just went home for the day. B, it gives him something to dream about. Well, that one does sound about right. He does dream about wishing he could be happy. So I'm going to save that answer for right now, and I'm not going to 100% choose it because it may not be the best answer. It confirms his belief in the mountain spirit. That doesn't match what I said at all. I said that he wished he had what the rich man had, and he's like, my work is just like not cool anymore. And now I'm going to look at answer choice D. It makes him dissatisfied with his own life. Well, I know, like, dis means kind of like not, so I can figure out, like, dissatisfied means not satisfied with his own life. So kind of right now I'm choosing between the answer B and the answer D. And I need to think with what I read, which one best matches what I've already chosen, with him not being happy about his work and wanting to stop it, which is something that we saw down here because I read the whole chunk, and also wanting to be happy, or wanting to have what the rich man had and thinking that would be happy. I want you to take a moment, go ahead and turn to talk. Which one do you think is the best answer, B or D?
I think it's B because in the because when he started dreaming, when he saw the rich man, he started to become like unhappy with his life and wanted to stop being like the rich man.
I said B also because it makes him not think his life right at the moment is not good like the other person's that he's working for.
Why not B?
Okay,
because he's not like dreaming about it, like because he can actually have it because of the mountain spirit can give it to him, so he's not like really dreaming.
And remember, you have to choose the best answer, right? So whereas B is kind of good, what's D?
It's the best.
That's the thing about Park. Sometimes there'll be two answers that are right, and you have to choose the best.
2, 1. So I had a really great conversation with Robinson and Dion, where at first, when Robinson was like speaking about his answer, he was saying he's not happy with his job, or and he wants something else. Like he wants something else. So he was like, I think that matches with B because it gives him something to dream about. And then I asked him though, I was like, well, what did you say at first? You said he wasn't happy with his job and his own life. So then I asked him, well, which one of these actually matches with what you said? And he was like, oh, actually D matches what I actually said. D matches it. It's not like the first part of what he said, his instinct was to say he was not happy with his job. Then he was like, oh, and that's why he wants like something else. Go with your instinct. Your instinct is right. His instinct was to say he's not happy with his job. That means D matches what he says. Then he was like, well, so then that means that. You all are used to, with me, being like, okay, so why? So why? So why? So why? so that I can get to like these really big ideas with you all. And sometimes that gets in the way, though, of you being able to answer these chunk questions because you're trying to go big. That's why it's so important to be able to figure out whether a question is a chunk question or a central idea question. Because if it's a chunk question, then you really do need to go with that first instinct. You really, really do need to go with that first instinct and that first thing that you're thinking, that first thing that you're saying. If it's a central idea question, that's when you need to push yourself to be like, does this match everything? Does this match the whole text? So today,